Hello friends, today we will see how to create web API. So just start with Visual Studio. If you haven't watched my previous videos how to download Visual Studio, then please watch video how to download and install Visual Studio 2017. Create new project. So we are going to create web API. So you can see here C Sharp and various applications, Visual Basic. So go to web, select ASP.NET Web application, name it as the web API. Okay, and click OK. Select web API and click OK. So it will take some time. So we will use entity framework or database connection. So here you can see the controllers, app start and views. So by default there are home controller and values controller. So in values controller you can see there are various methods: get method, get API with ID, post APIs, put API and get delete API. So if you run it directly, so you can hear build succeeded and application is launched. See, it's a template which is automatically created when we create new project. So you can see here this is the home page. So we can call these APIs. So go to the web API config and you can see here route template. So it's API, then controller name, then ID, and ID is optional. Okay, so we have to call in this way. Okay, so type API, then controller name. So you can see there are two controller, home controller and values controller. So type values and enter. So we receive the response in the XML format. So we can see here two values, value 1, value 2. So if you go to the code, then you can see in the get method there are two parameters, value 1 and value 2, right? So two string we receive in the response. If you add any ID here, okay, so 4, then we get value as the response. So you can see here you will get value. So let's try one program through database. So we can display values from database and perform insert, update, delete operations on it. So for that we need SQL server. So launch the SQL server. You can install this Express Edition. Of SQL server. Then create one table here. In the sample database is already created here, so I am just going to create one table, new table. So just create one table with id as a parameter, small int, first name, last name, gender, and city. Okay, and make it primary key id. And one more thing, go to the identity specification and set it to s, so id will increment it automatically. So save these changes and give your table a proper name, like customer. Click ok. So your table is created. You can see your table is here in the table customer. So enter some data, John Smith, male, NY, Jane Smith, female, Washington. Okay, so next step, I want to display this information, this table on this web API. Means I want to perform this get, post and put, delete operation on this on the table. So how to do that? So simply we can use entity framework. Okay, so let's go to model and add new, stop the debugging, add new item. So go to the data tab and see here is ADO.NET entity data model. So we can name it as a customer data model. Click add, designer from database, new connection, local connection. So just enter dot, and select your table database. Click ok. Yes, it will add username and password, and name of the entity is sample data entities. Okay, so select the database, table name, table, customer, model namespace is sample data model. So it will take some time. So it's adding all the references of entity framework. And the table is displayed here: id, first name, last name, gender and city. Okay, so go to the model and see customer data model is created automatically, and in the customer class we can see all the fields. Okay, all the columns are present here: id, first name, and with their data types. So next step, you can see connection string here in the web.config. If you go to the connection string, so this is the name of the connection string and this is the connection string. Okay, so next step, to add controller. The controller which will display this data, controller which will manipulate all this data. Add one controller. See, there are different type of controller. This is for MVC application and this is for APIs. So controller with action using entity frameworks. Click add model class. In the drop down, see the model class. So we have created model as a customer. So so this is a customer class and context class is the connection string name. Okay, so controller name is customers controller. Click add. There is error. Click OK. Let's rebuild our program and try again. So go to controller and add new controller. Model as is customer and data concept class. Okay, click add. So we need to save our solution and rebuild it. Okay, so we can see customer controller is added here and all the methods like get customer, put customer are automatically added here. So just go and run it. So we can see in get customer, we get all the list of all the customers, and get customer by ID we will get the particular customer, and then put customer to update the customer details, and there is one post customer to add new user to the database and delete existing customer. You can use these APIs. So just go to APIs and controller name is one. So we can't see anything here. Okay, the spelling should be correct. Customers. So we can see here two customers, city, first name, gender, id, last name, this way. We can see it in the XML format, but we want to see it in the JSON format. Then we can use some application called Postman. So go write Postman in the Google and install this application for Chrome, Google Chrome. Okay. So this is the Postman application. So copy this URL and paste it in the Postman application. So go and paste it here. So this is the get method, just call it. We got two customers here. Okay, so similar way we can call post method and add one more customer. Go to body, click raw, click here and select JSON format. Okay, so I am id, we don't need to add id because it's auto generated. So just name it as Tom, last name as Cruz, male, and suppose he is from Ali. Okay, click submit, send. So see, id3 name, it's automatically added. So we can go in the database and we can just see here. So we can see the record is added to the database. So this way we can add, insert new record and get the records using this web API service. So stop it. One more thing we can use for testing purpose is the Swagger documentation. To use Swagger documentation, just go to tool, NuGet package and manage NuGet package for solution. Here's for search Swagger. So you can see Swashbuckle. So just go and click it and install it. It will take some time for installation. So you can see here Swagger is installed. Okay, so you can see here Swagger config file is added to the app start, and this file is responsible for the Swagger UI. Okay, so just go and run this application now. So using Swagger API you can test all the get, post, put, delete methods. Swagger API / Swagger. Just type it here, Swagger. So this is the Swagger API and here we can see the customer controller. Okay, so we have get method, post method, delete method, get with id and put method. So just select get and click on the try it out. So we will get all the records present in our database, right? If I want to select only this record id2, go to get and enter id here to try it out. So we got only one record with id 2. Okay, you want to insert more records, then go to the post method, click on the example. It's all auto generated by Swagger. So id, we don't need id actually, because it's auto incremented. So just delete id from here and first name as a Jennifer, location gender as male, and city suppose case. Click on try it out. See, the record is inserted with id 4 and response code is 201. Okay, so go and get these records. So you can see the record is inserted into the database. You can see in the database record is inserted. So this way we can use web API for various operations, and using Swagger documentation, it is helpful for testing, as well as you can perform operations here also. So thank you so much. Please subscribe my channel, and if you have any question, any doubts, then write in the comment section. Thank you so much.